The Fishing Paper Show is proudly brought to you by United Fisheries, bringing fresh fish to your plate.
Hello and welcome. I'm Crimpy and it's nice to have you along. Coming up on the show this week, this little piggy went to market. Well, no, he didn't actually. It was a little fishy who went to market and we went with him. And we also meet a man who likes to fish the long drop. But first, a message from my wife. Now, to put you in the picture, I'm actually married to an Australian with a Dutch-Italian extraction. So work that one out. Australian with a Dutch-Italian extraction. So when I'm in the dog box, I get to wear the concrete slippers. And she tells me that recently on the show, I haven't been plugging the fishing paper enough. So here's a commercial break. This is the fishing paper. It's a very real being. It's free every month. It comes out every month. And it's available from Hamills. You can pick it up from Hamills or your local Smith City store. So pop into Hamills if you haven't seen the fishing paper. Grab a copy there. Now, joining me this week in the shed, we have a couple of reprobates. Andrew Kotsikis from United Fisheries, so I have to be nice to him because he's one of our major sponsors, or he is our major sponsor. Andre,
hello.
Nice to have you along.
Thank you.
Now, you're here under some duress.
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TV's not your scene.
From you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's good to have you along here. And also we have Malcolm Halstead, who's a keen recreational angler and also a writer for the fishing paper. Nice to have you along, Malcolm.
Yeah, thanks, Crimpy. Good to be here.
Good. Now, we do know that we have a superstition on this show which says that it's bad luck to pop along for the first time on the show without bringing a gift for the shed. But before we have a look what gifts these guys have lined up for us, there is a very real superstition, I don't know whether you've heard it, that it's bad luck to step onto a boat with your right foot first. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't.
No, so if you step onto a boat, bear this in mind in future, go with your left foot first, otherwise it apparently brings bad luck. Right, Andre, gift for the shed, what have you brought me?
Well, what I brought you is an old Greek tradition, and probably in English terms they're called worry beads, but gumbaloi is what they're called in Greek terms.
And it's very, very apt for me,
so it's something you can keep your hands busy.
Yeah.
If you're in a nervous state, so yes. You might need to give them back to me for a while.
I think we should have one each. Yeah, that will come in very handy. Also should help with the arthritis too. Bit of a massaging there. Okay, worry beads, and I see nothing like having a plug. You've also got the plug for United Fisheries on the tail.
Well, we have to show our name somehow, eh?
You do indeed.
Yeah.
Malcolm,
Crimpy,
gift for the shed.
Just got you a standard hex ticer here.
Yep.
And the reason I did that was it's just a reminder to you and to everyone else out there just how good the good old hex ticer is. You know, the move today towards Rapalas and all sorts of fancy stuff. But I guarantee there's more fish caught on a standard ticer than anything else. And in fact, I know this particular one works really well in Lake Coleridge, and I'll prove that to you this weekend. All
right, thank you. So I accept your reasons for giving me the hex ticer, but I actually suspect that it's probably because you're a bit Jewish and a bit tight. And you didn't want to buy me something flash for the show. All right, the fishing paper is a very popular paper, as we've seen. It's not only popular here in the country, Canterbury, and around New Zealand, it's popular worldwide. And to find out where it's being read lately, check this out. The fishing paper was a surprise wedding present for wealthy Scottish laird Steve McTerry. McTerry indulges in his passion for upland bird hunting, pheasant drives and curling when he can, and is a dab hand at haggis hurling and tossing the sporran. Steve McTerry said he loves the fishing paper because it has lots of pictures and no big words. There we go. Shows that the fishing paper gets around. Well, actually, I said that this little fishy goes to market. Indeed, it does. Have you ever wondered where the fish comes from your fish and chip shops or the local fish supplier? Well, we've tracked it down. And right here in Christchurch, Andre, you have, you call it the auction. It's the local fish market.
We call it the auction, yeah.
Yeah. And this operates on a daily basis?
Monday to Friday, and it probably represents 90% of the catch out of Littleton, and most of the local retail and wholesale trade That's where they're sourcing their fish from.
Is that just for the Canterbury market, or is it from South Island wide that people source from here?
Yeah, we've had customers as far south as Timaru, and people are coming down regularly from Kaikoura and sometimes from across the west coast. So
all right, we actually popped along and visited the market yesterday and had a look. This is take a look at these pictures. This is how the market unfolds. All right, now I know you've got a passion for the local market. When I had a restaurant back in the late 80s, you just couldn't buy local fresh fish, but things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been our dedication as far as the local community is to support the local catch with
By selling it locally?
By selling it locally, yeah.
So talk me through the process. I mean, the fish that people get, it's the best that they can possibly have on offer, isn't it? So where do you source it from?
Well, this fish has been unloaded direct from the boats on a daily basis, and we display it on the fish auction Monday to Friday, and all the shop retailers, they come down, they get to select exactly what fish case they want and get to bid on that.
Would it not be more lucrative for you to actually send the fish to the export market, sell it overseas?
Yeah, that's an option that we face, but we decided that your local fish is only as strong as your local trade. So we support that theory and continue to sell it to the New Zealand nowadays.
So what long-term benefits? I assume that you're going for the long-term benefits for your company by developing a local market.
Yeah, we see that there's more, longevity in the local trade. If you're selling it overseas, I mean, they can swap our local catch from one fish to the other. But as New Zealanders, we know what our local teraki is, we know what our local gurnard is, and hopefully we keep going back to those same fish.
So there's more consistency within the local market than if you were actually selling overseas?
More support, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what sort of species are being brought into the market on a daily basis?
Well, anything you can imagine that you catch around the South Island. Probably the most popular fish is gurnard, teraki, a lot of the flatfish, flounders, soles. Red cod is one of the biggest catches, and they're generally available daily.
And who goes to the market? I see there seems to be quite an eclectic mix of people on the floor there.
Yeah, there's a big mix of people. It's every fish and chip shop and every fish retailer and wholesaler in Christchurch. So they all come there on a daily basis and hopefully buy their daily needs.
So it is an auction. So how does the process work?
Well, the auctioneer, it's all done manually. The auctioneer is sitting up there in a booth, and we'll go through each stack one by one and bid on the fish, start from a floor price and go as high as what people are prepared to pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you obviously get good support from the market?
Yeah, I think the last 10 years, it's seafood's become the healthy choice, and the last 10 years it's gained more momentum, and it's been a good thing.
So United Fisheries, that's pretty much a family-owned business?
It is a family-owned business. Yeah.
And you've now risen to the top. You're the CEO.
Yeah, my father started the business with his brother in '74, and he's in his style of retirement, which means he still comes to work every day. But I mean, myself and 3 other brothers, we're all in the business nowadays, and then the next generation is coming through. The first grandson, he's been working there and working in the auction also on a daily basis.
Malcolm, you've had some association with United Fisheries as well.
Yeah, I've been down there occasionally. You can buy fish. There's a small shop off to the side of the auction, is there, Andre, where the public can go and buy whatever they like. And
that's where we have our frozen goods, a lot of the local product, but also imported products, scallops, prawns, anything that anything that you can imagine. Yeah.
So with the auction, anything that's not sold at auction, what happens to that?
Well, we're distributing a lot of fresh fish up to the North Island nowadays also. So our distribution as far as fresh catch is concerned is New Zealand-wide. Our main focus is on the local Canterbury area, but it's going all over the country. Now, if we can't sell it on a particular day, then we have to process it and freeze it and make it available on a frozen form, frozen fillets.
So where does your interest lie? I mean, you went straight from school into the factory.
Yeah, I wasn't too good with my nose in the book, so I wanted to get my hands dirty quite quickly, and started from washing fish cases to where I am now. Yeah.
And so, do you have is it a passion for the fish, or is it a passion for the business, or does the passion for the fish come through the business?
Well, it's a passion for all those things. I love seafood. I especially love shellfish. But it was always an ambition of mine to follow in my father's footsteps. So it was a natural progression for me.
How have things changed in terms of the marketing of the fish from when you first came on the shop floor?
Well, you have to be a lot cleaner now. Yeah. I mean, standards have changed. Amongst the entire industry. From the boats through to the LFRs, licensed fish receivers, right through the shop. So, the biggest change is probably the quality that's presented to the public at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I know when I'm talking to your father, he's very passionate about it, and it comes through loud and clear that United Fisheries are there for the long haul. But one of the things that he's very proud of, that I suspect, is that the local public gets the first choice.
Yeah, that's what the auction provides. I mean, it gets unloaded basically directly from the boats. It's presented to the local trade, and they get first pick at what they want to take. And then we try to sell the rest of it, elsewhere.
OK, well, I hope that sheds some light on where you're actually getting your fish from when you go to the old Greasy's and pick up your fish and chips, or if you go down to the local fishmonger. Very interesting stuff. Now, we have this week's viewers vid. Dave Hicks from Marlborough went out fishing, and he put the hex on a groper.
Let's go. Let's have a look at the stove. That's it.
Send us your viewers' vids to PO Box 9001 Annesbrook, Nelson, or email us a YouTube link to crimpy@extra.co.nz. Well, there you go. If you are out and about with your fishing, take your video camera with you, because we want to share some of your actions with everyone else, so you can send your viewers in here and we'll screen them on the show. Now, stay tuned, because we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we have electronics with E&L. There'll be a little bit of a cooking with Crimpy later on, and then we focus on fishing the long drop. Now, work that one out.